Star Wars only, I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
If you don't remember, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a new game that Star Wars fans are going to get to play within the coming years, and it was revealed at E3 in 2016, or it was announced in 2016, but we learned more about it from the previous E3 conference that we had, and it's called Jedi Fallen Order. It's going to take place shortly after the events of Revenge of the Sith, and you're going to play a Padawan who survived Order 66. And that's it. We know it's going to have a darker tone, but other than that, I really don't know. But the host of Making Star Wars podcast, Jason Ward, had said he'd been talking to someone in the gaming industry, and he talks about that Fallen Order will, and here's what the quote is, be pretty much like The Force Unleashed without Mountain Dew qualities. Now, Mountain Dew qualities is, I assume, the crazy crap that, Starkiller does, basically. He brings down a Star Destroyer with his hands, in the Force, I guess. He just Force pulled it down, which is crazy, but, whatever. So, yeah, Starkiller is really OP in that game, but it was pretty fun to play. I do love those games. The second one was kind of a letdown, but still fun, just very short, and not much of a story to be told, but still. Star Wars Force Unleashed 2 and the first one were pretty good, but they were really overpowered in terms of what Starkiller could do, and apparently this game's not going to be like that, but it is going to be like the game in terms of the mechanics, how you play, and I maybe assume just the tone of it, because, let's be honest, the Force Unleashed games were kind of dark, and so here's what it says. Ward references that, but says that Fallen Order will remain true to canon and content that we've seen in the films and stuff, so we won't be seeing anything absurd. You won't see people pulling down Star Destroyers and stuff, and so, I mean, that's pretty cool. And these are just rumors right now, but this article says that this is the only podcast, ever to get the entire plot for The Force Awakens right ahead of its release and everything. So that's interesting, but I don't know. Take this with a grain of salt right now. MakingStarWars.net does get a lot of things right, though. Not everything, but a good amount. They're like one of those news sources that's like it's a hit or miss. This one I do think it's going to be a hit. I don't see why this one. It's nothing like crazy where it's like, oh my god, Rey's parents are going to be revealed in episode 9 or something like that. This is something that's very believable, that, it's not going to be like Starkiller where he's overpowered as shit, but it is going to be like the game itself in terms of how the game feels, how it plays, probably third person kind of thing. So I'm interested with the game a little more now than I was previously, especially knowing that Titanfall 2 developers are making it, because I really did like that game. However, I am still disappointed with the reveal. I'm disappointed with the news we get from it. We don't know anything about this, and we don't have anything to look forward to in terms of Star Wars video games. I mean, this is the only one we know about, and the deal goes out in 2023. And, I mean, we're 3 months away from the month ending, or from the year ending. So, the year's almost over for 2018. We haven't got a Star Wars game this year. We got a lot, we got Battlefront 2 last year, and then 2016, I don't think we got anything. And then we got Battlefront 1 in 2015. So, getting one every other year, it seems. So 2018, we're not getting one. We might get another one late 2019. So, literally a year and, 3 months from now, of course, coming out with Episode 9. So, I don't have much to look forward to in terms of this game. I want to play it, because it's a Star Wars game and it's new, and I want to review it and look at it and judge it properly. But, by this time, a year or two ago, for the Battlefront thing, we had a lot of news about it. It was confirmed, almost immediately after Battlefront 1 was announced. And this game is confirmed, of course, but we had a lot more news going around Battlefront 2. And so this is just kind of, it seems like EA is playing their cards really close to their chest right now after the crap they got for Battlefront 2, and after the crap they got for canceling Visceral Games, the game that was going on, and that probably would have came out a little bit before this. And that's another question, when's this game coming out? Because that Visceral Game one, that looked almost done. I mean, you saw little clips about it. They had a lot going for that game already, and they just canned it. So, I don't know. And apparently with this game too, some other tidbits of information was that you actually might want to keep your, here's what it says, it doesn't seem like it's going to have a lot of multiplayer, because Ward says you're going to want to keep your Battlefront installed for the Star Wars multiplayer. So, I'm kind of interested by this now, because it's like, alright, well, it's not going to have a lot of multiplayer. It's not coming out this year. Battlefront 2 is almost a year old. So you're expecting me to keep that game by next year, whenever this game comes out, to play multiplayer. I don't mind you not having multiplayer. One of my favorite game franchises of all time is Uncharted. I love Uncharted. And that doesn't have a lot of multiplayer or anything that's interesting with it. And it's fine. It's a good, fun little solo op. But the main reason they canceled the Visceral one was because it didn't have a multiplayer. So I'm confused. Why is this game still in production, still going on, if it doesn't have much of a multiplayer? But you cancel the Visceral game was the one because it didn't have multiplayer, and it was mainly like Uncharted. So I'm really confused now on what the hell is going on. Is making Star Wars .net lying? I doubt it. I really do doubt it. But I mean, what's going on here? I mean, really, what is going on here with Lucasfilm and EA? I mean, I really don't understand why that game got canceled and this one didn't. And my question is, like I said a few minutes ago, is when is this game coming out? Because that Visceral game was looking pretty good. I mean, it had a lot of things going for it. We had clips of it and everything. So if that game was coming out, I would assume 2019, and we probably would have had a trailer by now for it. If that game was coming out then, well, this game was in a later stage of production, you know, or earlier stages of production than the Visceral game one. So when is this game coming out? That's my question. Is it 2020? If I was a betting man, I'd say mid-2020. If not, you know, 2020 December with, what's that one movie coming out in 2020? Oh, the other spin-off movie that has yet to be announced, but is still probably happening. So, I don't know. Star Wars is in a real weird state right now, and everything's contradicting each other, and it's just, EA is its own little separate entity, but still, this is kind of interesting news. But I don't know. Comment your thoughts. Are you excited for the Jedi Fallen Order game? Are you excited that it's not going to be about Starkiller or anything like that? It's going to be, you know, less OP like he is and more kind of ground-based like Star Wars games normally should be. I don't know. This is going to be an interesting game, and I'm excited to see what they come out with it because I have no idea what the hell's going on.